Welcome to I Am. This is our Devos this week through the Gospel of John, where we explore 7 statements that Jesus made about the fact that he claimed to be God. Don't ever allow someone to tell you, well, Jesus never said he was God. These statements all allude to only things that God could do. Real specific things that the people at the time that heard it would recognize that Jesus is making the claim that not only is he God, but he is there in the flesh, and they must make a choice to believe exactly what it is that he says. And today I'm going to give you another illustration from a shepherding perspective. It's the I am statement where Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. Let's have a look at this. He says in John chapter 10, verse 11, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. Now, there's 2 reasons why most of us just read over this and don't realize the impact of what he's saying. The first is we simply don't understand what an impact a shepherd was in the time of the culture with regard to the history of God. You see, many times in the Old Testament, specifically, God would use shepherds. I mean, if you think about it, David, what was David? He was a shepherd. And David was, exalted in that sense as a shepherd that was great, that was willing to defeat the lion and the bear in order to provide and protect the sheep. He was willing to die. We see Moses was a shepherd. We also see in Isaiah chapter 40 that God himself is referred to as a shepherd. In Ezekiel chapter 34, God is referred to as a shepherd. So the people that are listening to this would know that language. And now we translate this over, and here's Jesus, and he goes, oh yeah, by the way, remember how it said in Ezekiel 34? Remember what it said in Isaiah 40? Remember how David was a good shepherd that everybody loves? Remember how Moses is a shepherd that everybody exalts? Well, I am the good shepherd. I am the true shepherd. The shepherd that was in Psalm 23 where David writes, the Lord is my shepherd. He is a shepherd. I am him. I am that guy. This is only a claim that God could make. There's no question at all that Jesus right here is claiming that he's God. Now, he takes it a step further. Moses, if you were a good shepherd, you were willing to get injured for your sheep. If your sheep wander off, that's why you see in the parable of the lost sheep, the shepherd goes after the one and leaves the 99. He goes after and grabs hold of that one that's lost. We see David risks his life in his debate with Goliath when he says, I killed a bear and a lion with my hands. And he tells King Saul that the same fate of the bear and the lion is going to be this evil giant. Now, you remember that story. Now, if you go back, what had to happen? Well, he had to put his life up for risk to fight that. I mean, I don't know about you. I'd have been like, all right, sheep, I'll see you later. You could always get more sheep. I mean, you know what I mean? Like these ones, I didn't really like them anyway. But that's not what a good, true shepherd does. Jesus goes a step further. Listen how cool this is. He says, I'm going to lay down my life for my sheep. Jesus wasn't just willing to die to protect his sheep. Jesus knew that he would die to provide for and protect his sheep. This is something only God could do. So only Jesus guides, cares for, and dies for his sheep. I want you to know something. If you struggle with the feeling of worthlessness, and I know some of you, that's where you really, the devil beats you up. You've had parents that they didn't do the fundamental parental thing. They didn't show you that you were worth anything. And so because of it, you grew up with this really warped idea, this false sense of, okay, I'm kind of nothing, and I don't, no one cares for me, and you have to fend for yourself all the time, and you have this insecurity. I want you to know that the greatest shepherd died to save your soul and to provide for you. If that doesn't get you excited, if that doesn't encourage you, well, I don't know what will. Jesus is your shepherd. He's your good shepherd. He died for your sins. He went and rescued you, risked his life, and gave his life to bring you back into the pasture. That's what Jesus does. That's something only God can do, and that's something that Jesus says that he has done because he is God. He is the way. He is the truth. He is the life, and he is the good shepherd.